Something very interesting has been happening among Nollywood movie lovers lately, and it revolves around Maurice Sam and Pearl Watts. The more movies people watch featuring these two actors, the more convinced they become that there is something special about their on-screen connection. Fans are not talking about expensive movie sets, dramatic storylines, or even romantic scripts. Instead, they keep focusing on how naturally these two seem to fit together whenever they appear in the same scene. Many viewers say they don't look like two actors trying to convince an audience that they are close. They look like people who already understand each other before the cameras even start rolling. One thing that constantly comes up in discussions is the way Maurice Sam behaves around Pearl Watts' characters in movies. Fans have become obsessed with tiny details that many people would normally ignore. Some viewers point out how he pays attention whenever her character is speaking. Others notice how his reactions seem perfectly timed, almost as if he is responding naturally instead of following a script. There are scenes where he says very little, yet audiences still feel connected because of the expressions on his face. According to fans, those little details make their interactions feel more believable than what they usually see in many romantic movies. What surprised many viewers was how one particular movie scene exploded online. Nobody expected it to become such a huge talking point. It wasn't even the biggest or most dramatic scene in the film, yet somehow people kept sharing clips, creating edits, and discussing it across different platforms. Fans replayed the moment repeatedly because they felt there was something authentic about it. Some said it looked like a real conversation rather than acting. Others claimed the emotions felt too convincing to ignore. Before long, that single scene became one of the strongest examples people used whenever discussing their chemistry. As their popularity continues growing, many viewers have started putting pressure on filmmakers to keep pairing them together. Whenever a new movie project is announced, fans immediately start asking whether Maurice Sam and Pearl Watts will appear together. It has reached a point where some audiences feel disappointed whenever they discover that only one of them is in a film. This level of demand is not common, and it shows how strongly viewers have connected with their performances as a duo. A major reason fans keep comparing them to famous Nollywood pairs from previous years is because they create emotional investment. Viewers do not simply watch their movies and move on. Instead, they become attached to the characters. People celebrate their happy moments, worry during their conflicts, and root for them throughout the story. That emotional attachment is what usually separates memorable screen partnerships from ordinary ones. Many fans also talk about Maurice Sam's emotional performances whenever Pearl Watts is involved in a storyline. There are moments where audiences feel his reactions are completely genuine. Whether the scene requires sadness, disappointment, affection, or excitement, viewers often say his expressions make the emotions feel real. Some even argue that his strongest performances tend to happen when he shares the screen with Pearl Watts because their energy seems to complement each other perfectly. Recently, movie lovers started analyzing their collaborations more closely and discovered something interesting. They noticed that both actors appear extremely comfortable around one another on screen. Neither seems to dominate scenes unnecessarily. Instead, they create balance. One actor shines while the other supports the moment, and then they switch naturally. This rhythm is one of the reasons many viewers enjoy watching them together. There was also one movie that completely changed how audiences viewed them. Before that project, people appreciated Maurice Sam and Pearl Watts individually. However, after watching them share important scenes together, many viewers suddenly became invested in the pairing itself. What started as simple admiration quickly turned into genuine support for them as an on-screen duo. That movie became the foundation for countless discussions that continue today. Another reason their names generate so much attention is because comment sections become surprisingly emotional whenever they appear together. Under movie trailers and promotional clips, fans write lengthy messages explaining why they love the pair. Some talk about how realistic their scenes feel. Others discuss their favorite moments in detail. There are even viewers who admit they become emotionally affected whenever the storyline separates their characters. Interestingly, many fans believe Maurice Sam helps reveal a different side of Pearl Watts whenever they work together. Viewers often describe her performances opposite him as more relaxed and expressive. They feel she appears more comfortable exploring emotional scenes when Maurice Sam is her co-star. Whether this is actually true or simply audience perception, it remains one of the most common observations made by supporters. There is one particular type of scene that convinced many viewers they are a perfect match on screen. Surprisingly, it is not usually the romantic scenes. Instead, fans often point to ordinary moments. A casual conversation, a shared laugh, a disagreement, or even a moment of silence can leave a stronger impression than dramatic declarations of love. According to audiences, these simple interactions reveal the authenticity of their chemistry. Because of this growing attachment, some viewers have become extremely protective of the pairing. Whenever Maurice Sam stars alongside another actress, comparisons immediately begin. Fans analyze every interaction and often conclude that something feels different without Pearl Watts. While audiences still appreciate his work with other talented actresses, many openly admit that they prefer seeing him opposite Pearl Watts. The support for the duo has become so strong that it almost feels like a movement among fans. Across social media platforms, people continuously request new projects featuring the pair. Some even suggest storylines they would like to see them explore together. The excitement surrounding potential collaborations has become a major part of the conversation whenever either actor is mentioned. Another fascinating thing fans have noticed is how frequently Maurice Sam and Pearl Watts manage to create memorable scenes from ordinary situations. A simple look, a smile, or a short exchange can become the highlight of an entire movie. Many viewers believe this ability separates them from other screen partnerships because they do not rely entirely on dramatic writing to create impact. Of course, all this attention has also created relationship speculation among fans. Because their performances feel so convincing, some viewers begin wondering whether there could be more to their connection than acting. These discussions continue to appear online, despite the fact that most of the assumptions come from observations made during movie scenes rather than confirmed information. Supporters also frequently claim that Maurice Sam understands Pearl Watts' characters better than many other actors. They feel he responds naturally to her performances and adapts to the emotional tone of each scene effortlessly. This ability